So I just finished listening to Bill O'Reilly's podcast. I don't like this guy so much. He is clever, Irish guy, and I listen to him at very fast. So he only gets a couple minutes of my time occasionally. And so he was going on and on about socialism, how bad it is. And he gave the examples of, predictably, Venezuela and Cuba. But what he doesn't bother to say is these are two countries that America has just ravaged. I wonder why they're socialist. Because they want the benefits to go to their people. So he doesn't say that America came in, tried to change the regime. They tried to install Juan Guaido, a hand-picked, American-educated Venezuelan who had nothing but his own interests at stake. Chavez did a wonderful job of trying to allow the benefits of the oil to go to the people, not to the government and not to the leaders and not to the US, but to the people. This is something that we in the West don't do a good job of explaining to the people. I certainly didn't understand it when I was young, but I do now. I was unfortunate that I didn't. I went to all the countries in South America except Venezuela, and it's one of the most beautiful. So I really regret that I didn't get there. But I did speak to a lot of people from Venezuela, and as far as Cuba, an interesting fact is that Fidel Castro wrote to the Americans asking for them to help him and his countrymen, and they didn't respond. They didn't help him. What they did was instead, he then wrote to the Russians, I believe, and they did say, we will help you, because his country and his countrymen needed help, right? So the Americans always are quick to point out how others are so bad, but they don't take a look at themselves and how bad they are. And this is something that everyone needs to be aware of, and people need to start taking them to task, so to speak, about this. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Bill O'Reilly, I also have the question for him is, what do you call the fact that those countries all have Medicare, not only Venezuela and Cuba, but all the European countries that he denigrated for their high tax rate. He also doesn't point out that the U.S. used to have a tax rate of 90%. So he's selective in his points that he wants to present, only hoping to further his point, but not give a fair assessment of all the facts. And you don't hear Swedish people complain about the tax rate because they love the benefits that come from their government. So Bill does a poor job of explaining a serious issue well. So I think he should stop saying fair and balanced or no spin. He is all spin, and it's reprehensible what he does.